What's good, everybody? It's your boy Saint Deadeye back with another gun video, and today we are going over what I consider to be one of the jewels of my collection. This is the Kar98k, otherwise known as the Kar98k or just the 98k. Now, the name of this weapon is kind of redundant as translated from German. Karabiner, carbine, already definition for a short rifle, and Kurz, the German word for short. So, literally translated from German, this rifle is called the Carbine 98 Short. Pretty redundant, but we'll get into that. It was designed by Mauser, of course, in 1935 and served Germany from 1935 until the fall of the Third Reich, and serves to this day in other conflicts across the world. A lot of African Civil War stuff and a lot of Middle Eastern insurgent use is still bringing this rifle to the front lines to this day. It is chambered in 7.92 by 57 millimeter Mauser, commonly referred to as 8 millimeter Mauser because people round up the 7.92 millimeter to just 8 to refer to this cartridge. It is a bolt action rifle fed into a 5-round internal magazine by 5-round stripper clips inserted right here. Press them down, remove your clip, and since I'm not actually feeding live rounds into the gun here in the studio, I have to press the magazine follower down in order to close the bolt, and then you would be ready to fire. Safety is pretty iconic for the Mauser. It's also shared by the American copy of the Mauser, the Springfield. So here you have it in fire position. Straight up, you can work the bolt, but the rifle will not fire. And all the way over to the right, from the shooter's point of view, disengages the trigger and locks the bolt. So this is completely safe. That's just the trigger safety. And now you are on fire. So we'll go ahead and decock it and get into a little bit of history about this rifle. Now, of course, this is the primary armament of Germany during World War II. Now, we won't get very far into that because YouTube, being YouTube lately, doesn't like a lot of the words that need to be said to accurately describe who this rifle served. But what I can tell you is that it is a derivative rifle. And by that I mean it is derived from the Karabiner 98B, which is only a carbine in name. It was the rifle that came after the Gewehr 98 long rifle, and it was designated a carbine basically just to satisfy the Treaty of Versailles. So this is a derivative of that, which means it is a direct derivative of the Gewehr 98 long rifle. So you can see that they are, other than length and a couple of other small features, pretty much the same rifle. There's your Gewehr 98 right there. This would be standard issue for German troops during World War I. And your 98K right here, standard issue for German troops during World War II. The differences are obviously the length, the sights. We went from what is famously known as the roller coaster rear sight right here to more of a conventional rear sight, just a leaf and a notch here. And the biggest difference in the actual overall appearance of the rifle would be the 98K's turned down bolt handle. Now, what they found was that the straight bolt handle on the Gewehr 98 was ill suited for close quarters maneuvering. It would get caught on a lot of things. It would bring the round or the bolt out of battery, if you banged it against something. So, in order to solve that problem, sit that down without dropping it. In order to solve that problem, they turned the bolt handle down. And in the wood on this rifle, you now have this cutout here in order to accommodate for the shooter's finger having to come underneath of that turned down bolt handle to grab it and bring it up. But other than that, this thing is basically just a shortened Gewehr 98. But enough about the history of the rifle, the nerdy bit. I know you don't want to hear any more of that. You want to get to what we really came here to do, and that's take this thing out to the range and shoot it. So let's get out to the range where me and Danny put some rounds through this on the steel gong. And I cannot say enough about the accuracy of this rifle. Normally we shoot at the 200-yard steel. For this video, we put some shots on the 300-yard steel, and it was just as easy as the 200. So, I mean, if you miss a shot with this, it's kind of your fault, which I do miss a couple shots. And that's just me pulling shots. There is absolutely so much to be said for the accuracy of this rifle. This rifle was actually selected to be the rifle to assassinate Adolf Hitler, ironically. Obviously, that plan never came to fruition, but this was the rifle that was going to be trusted to do that job. So we can demonstrate that accuracy and just get an overall cool look at the 98K out on the range. See you there. And there you have it, the Kar98k in action on the range. If you like what you saw, be sure to leave a like, comment, share, but most importantly, subscribe. And I will see you next time when we hit the range again. I'm St. Deadeye. Peace out, everybody.